BBS. BBS. Blackberg Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.
REED-BBS. BBS. Arrogance. Like really thinking the division is going to be cool with you not making a mandatory in, 2 years? 3 years? Arrogance. Like thinking you could really and continually and repeatedly talk shit about your former promoter to the point where you get pissed off, you get upset, bent out of shape when he dares to clap back at you, face to face I might add. Arrogance, like saying, I can do what I want to do, which Canelo Alvarez has literally said before. Arrogance, like saying, yeah, I don't want to fight any Mexican fighters, knowing all the while that was just a ruse, that was some made up bullshit, that was the beginning of Canelo Alvarez ducking El Monstruo, David Benavidez. On the precipice of Canelo versus Jaime Munguia, 4 de Mayo, I can't help but wonder if Canelo's clear and apparent arrogance will finally catch up with him, will bite him in his ass, because the way boxing works, just when you think your shit don't stink, as I said in my last Canelo Munguia video, when I was actually a Canelo De La Hoya video, but you get my point. Just when you think your shit don't stink, all of a sudden something malodorous emits from your body, because your shit does stink. Now, I'm not telling you Jaime Munguia is going to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez, but I will tell you this. Canelo Alvarez is going to get the absolute best of Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia, just like Canelo, been fighting since he was 15, 16 years old as a pro against grown-ass men. So this is the moment of his life. Jaime Munguia won't flinch. He won't back down. He won't be gun-shy. At least he better not. He's been talking about boxing and matching wits with Canelo. I hope that's a ruse of his. And I hope Freddie Roach knows better than to think you're really going to win a decision. You're really going to outpoint Canelo Alvarez with this guy, Jaime Munguia. Come on now. I'm kind of rooting against Canelo. I'm a former fan, but he started to put himself over the sport I love, boxing. Canelo thinks he's bigger than boxing. And with that, yeah, I hope he loses. I hope karma catches up with him. I ain't betting on it, but this is going to be a much better fight than Canelo anticipates. And the whole boxing with Canelo thing, no. Jaime Munguia needs to jump on Canelo. Not recklessly, no. I'm not saying just go in, balls to the wall, with your chin in the air, daring Canelo to hit it, but force the pace. Canelo, with the exception of the time he was fighting Triple G, and the Mexican meat was in or out, or somewhere around his system, Canelo has been a spurt fighter. So the onus is on Munguia. In those moments when Canelo, after he's blasted and he's looking for a round or two to regroup, Jaime Munguia can't let Canelo regroup. That's where the fight can get interesting, because Jaime Munguia normally has a very high, very active work rate. He's the younger man here. He also came in heavier than Canelo. He's taller than Canelo. Well, everybody Canelo fights is taller than him. But I'm wondering if Jaime Munguia, being fresh, being a fellow Mexican, knowing that this one fight forever stamps Jaime Munguia in the pantheon of Mexican fighters and changes his life for life. This one fucking fight. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. That's what this is for Jaime Munguia. Canelo's gonna win the fight. Jaime Munguia doesn't have the wherewithal to stop Canelo, who has a great chin. Not high on Canelo right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to misrepresent him as a fighter. Better skilled fighter, better beard, even though Jaime's never been stopped or dropped that I know of. He was also hurt pretty badly by Sergey Derevyachenko, someone who is smaller and does not punch to the level Canelo does. But again, Munguia, the key for him is to keep this a high contact, high volume, a busy, an active fight. He can't let Canelo coast. Canelo's going to want to coast. It's coming. That's who he is. The onus is on Jaime Munguia to not let it happen. So yeah, long story short, Canelo's going to win the fight. He's going to have a way tougher time than he anticipates. And even though Jaime will lose, he will lose his undefeated record. I think Jaime Munguia will win the event, so to speak. People will think higher of Jaime Munguia after this one is over. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Televisión! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.